Let's imagine you're walking down the street one day and you decide to hop into a coffee shop for a quick snack. You check out the pastry assortment, browse the menu, look to your left, and sitting right in front of you, sipping an iced coffee, is someone wearing a full suit of armor. I'd have some questions. Like, do you have someplace to be? Where did you get a whole suit of armor? Was that expensive? Is it as uncomfortable as it looks? How are you even breathing in there? It would probably be a little funny, like something out of a movie, but rather off-putting in real life. I might even be too intimidated to ask. And yet, every day, we're all wearing some kind of armor, which is fair. As vulnerable human beings, we could use some extra protection. But often that armor is in place to protect us against other human beings and to keep people at arm's distance or more. Sometimes it's armor we can see, and sometimes not. I'm sure I'm not the only one guilty of browsing a smartphone to avoid small talk. But I also describe a set of armor in the book that might be a little harder to identify. It includes a people-pleasing mask, a helmet of self-righteousness, a chest plate of apathy, a sword of words, a layer of defensive chainmail, a dagger of sarcasm, and speedy getaway shoes. We can easily put up a front that says we have it all together with an intention to keep people out. And it's usually effective. On the flip side, we see someone who appears to know what they're doing, who doesn't need any help, and we give up even trying. Sometimes we get annoyed and frustrated. Why won't she let me in? The Bible tells us about a completely different suit of armor in Ephesians 6, verses 14 through 17. This one contains a belt of truth, a breastplate of righteousness, feet fitted with the readiness that come from peace, the shield of faith, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God. What's significant about this suit of armor is that it's meant for spiritual defense against the real enemy. It's not meant to be used against other people. We're meant to work together to fight the dark forces of this world. It's not one person against everyone and everything else. When it comes to how we ought to approach other people, Paul suggests other attire. In Colossians 3, 12 through 14, he says, "As God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience." He rounds out the passage by adding forgiveness and love to that list. It's amazing how, when we stop holding people at arm's length and open up ourselves, giving them the chance to be vulnerable too, they surprise you. In our isolated and independent society, vulnerability from someone else comes as a welcome surprise. We just don't want to be the ones to start. Let me encourage you today to be the one that goes first. We can do this in so many ways, even just simply extending an invitation to spend time together. I share some examples in the book of some dear people in my life who paved the way for me to lay down my self-protective armor and be myself. Because honestly, we need people to be exactly who God made them to be. We need you to be exactly who God made you to be. He designed us, has a plan for us, and gave us gifts and talents to be part of building His kingdom. Even where we fall short is an opportunity for others to show up. Let's not get so caught up in our own images and self-protection that we miss out on what God has for us. Let's not let anyone else miss out either.